Thanks. What's going on, guys? I'm back again here, another video. So today, let's see, it's October, so I got my bike back at the end of June. So I think it's been maybe roughly a little over 2 months I've got my bike. So I guess I'd give it like a 2-month review on this bike. So far I think I've put about almost 2,500 miles on it. So far, I mean, it's been a good bike. In my first video, obviously, I pointed out some of the things I've done to it. So, obviously I got rid of the stock mirrors. I put the windscreen on here. Did the little shorty levers. See, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I put these LED turn signals on here. But more recently, I actually just put a Pro Taper Ricky Carmichael bend bar on here, and then I got the Pro Taper pillow top grips. Been pretty nice so far. I mean, I like how the bars are a little more forward and lower, so it kind of gives you more of like an aggressive stance, I guess you can say. Other than that, I don't think I've really done anything else besides put like a LED light in it. I did though have to tighten my chain, because even though it's specs say that I think it's like 2 inches or 2 1/4 of chain slop is pretty much like stock or OEM or whatever by their standards. It's okay. I just didn't like it. It had too much chain noise, so I didn't really like it. But so I pretty much tightened the chain. I got a little bit of slack now, but it's nowhere near as much as it was before, so it's not as noisy. But I have heard that people do complain about this having a chain. The chain is kind of noisy. Other than that, though, 2,500 miles on it, and I pretty much enjoy it. I mean, the people do complain about the front suspension being kind of bouncy. Like, it is a little bit. I mean a lot of it, but for me, I guess it doesn't really bother me all too much. I'm doing a bunch of city riding, so not a whole bunch of like twisties and all that kind of shit. It's mostly just kind of city riding, back and forth to work, and a few like country roads, but not too much. But yeah, and then I put my bar end mirrors on here. I like these a lot better than these stock ones. They looked weird, but I like these a lot better. I think the next thing I might do is do the like color flip for the dash thing here, because I like the black one a lot. I like the black color better than the regular one. But yeah, there's not really much of anything else. But overall, I mean, I really enjoyed the bike, and I guess there's not really much I would really change on it. I mean, I think I do need to stiffen up the rear spring, because it does got a little bounce to it, so I feel like I should stiffen up a little bit. But other than that, I don't really have any problems with it. But yeah, so figured this is my 2-month review here on this bike of having it. Actually, I think it's, like I said, I think it's a little more than 2 months, but yeah, close enough. So yeah, I think I put, let's see, where's it at here? Yeah, see, it's like almost 2,300 miles. And I think the owner's manual said to, I think after like 6 months to, tighten the chain, and then you pretty much don't really have to tighten it again after that. But yeah, so we'll see. I tightened it up I think it was a few weeks ago, and I think it's been a lot better. But yeah, so I figured I'd go for a little ride here, and yeah, see. I've definitely gotten, obviously over the course of the months that I've had this bike, I've gotten extremely, way more comfortable with this bike than I have in the first video I did. Get used to, leaning a little bit more. I think my next kind of challenge to myself would be obviously learning how to wheelie. I'm still kind of hesitant on actually wheeling this bike. I mean, I've attempted it a few times already. I've gotten the wheel off, you know, a good amount of times, but it's not like consistent. Like, I think I've just gotten luck on being able to wheelie this thing, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not try to wheelie this thing and then fucking drop it. So I feel like I should probably learn to do that on either a smaller bike or a bike that I don't really care to drop, because I definitely don't want to drop this one. But I don't really have much daylight left. It being 6:30, I think I probably have like another hour-ish, not even an hour, I guess I can say, of daylight. Because here in the Pacific Northwest, it starts getting darker out as soon as it gets closer to winter time. Daylight starts fading pretty quick, and over here in the wintertime it gets dark at like 4:30, which is kind of strange, but I've kind of grown to get used to it. Because even though we got winter coming up, it's being October now, I don't really specifically want to ride in the cold. Like, obviously I'm not going to ride in the rain, but I guess it would just depend on the weather, obviously. I'm not going to ride in the snow. It may be a little too cold in the winter time. God damn it, I hate having to keep adjusting my mirrors. Like, the one thing I hate about these bar ends is that I parked my bike in the garage next to my other car, and it's like kind of like a tight squeeze, so I always end up knocking my mirrors at least once or twice, and so it's just annoying when I'm constantly having to adjust them back to where I can see out of them. But yeah, I figured I'd give this a little quick ride, little review. I guess not really much of a review anymore, because I've kind of already talked about it, but I'm sure if you guys are watching this video, you've probably already know some of the specs of this bike. So, not really gonna go into detail. Like, every video I've watched about this bike, everybody always talks about the specs and all that. So, I guess I don't remember if I've ever really talked about I think it's knocking. So, like, I know I talked about trying to choose on what bike I wanted to get, my first bike. So, like, I know I was talking about getting into either this bike or getting the Kawasaki Z900 with the black, red, and silver. I really liked that color scheme, and it being a 900. I've watched a lot of videos saying that that bike is pretty smooth. Obviously, it's a 4-cylinder versus a parallel twin. Obviously more power, and I don't know. I feel like I would have liked that bike. Maybe I wouldn't say I can't say I probably would have liked it more, because I don't know, obviously, because I don't have that bike. But I definitely did want to get that bike, and sometimes part of me thinks I should have gotten that bike, just because I feel like this bike, I'll grow it here soon. I mean, at times I feel like it's not as fast, but I know, a friend of mine told me, since I'm pretty much only doing city riding most of the time, that if I were to get that 900, I'm not really going to be able to use all that power in the city, especially there's certain areas where there's a bunch of cops and all that shit. So I'm just not going to be able to utilize all that horsepower on that bike. So it kind of seems a little pointless to get that big of a bike, yeah, and not really be able to enjoy all that power. But the The other bike, another bike I was looking at, I really kind of wanted to get, was the 19 Triumph Bobber Black. I've always kind of liked those like bobber style bikes with the big fat tire in the front, the big fat one in the back, and just a one-seater kind of bike. And depending on how things go in the future, if I can maybe find a cheap one, maybe I might get one of those, because I do like those style of bikes too. So I guess only time will tell. I mean, and if YouTube picks up for me, then I would probably most definitely get that other bike too, because I would enjoy riding that bike. Just, you know, the price tag on it is I mean, if I think about it, when I got this bike, I wasn't expecting to pay as much, because it was like kind of, I wouldn't say like on sale, but there was like a reduction in price obviously, but altogether, the tax and licensing and everything else, it came out way higher than I was expecting. So it was pretty much almost the price of a fucking Triumph Bobber. But that, you know, the price of that one, it wouldn't have included, you know, the tax and licensing and everything else. So yeah, it definitely would have been more than this bike would have been, obviously. Triumphs, you know, are expensive bikes. But I mean, I would still, like I said, I'd probably still get one eventually if things work out my way. But yeah, this bike is, you know, really nimble. I like how I can easily fucking flick it around, and it's not super heavy. I mean, I myself, I'm 5'10", and I think I weigh like 170-ish. So it's a good size bike for me. I can pretty much flat foot it. Oh, I guess the one thing I can talk about is the seat too. Like, I know I said it in the other video. The stock seat on this bike, I mean, it's fine for like short distance rides, you know, like maybe like half hour or less. But anything more, like I've gone on rides on this bike for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and man, this stock seat, it was the worst. You know, my ass was hurting. It was sore. It was just not comfortable. And you know, I didn't really want to spend like, you know, however much it was for that comfort seat, and plus I didn't really like the way it looked either. So I kind of wanted to do something myself, and I mean, I did it, and so now my seat is like 10 times more comfy. So what I did was I just took the seat off. I can show you guys when I get off the bike. I took the seat off, and since I used to work in a dealership, I did upholstery on, you know, putting new seat covers on you know, on stock seats and all that stuff. So it's actually pretty easy. But what I did was I obviously took the seat off, took all the staples out, you know, took the leather, I guess you can say leather off the seat, and yeah, I saw the stock foam, which was, you know, like a high density kind of foam, and it's not just not comfortable. I don't know why they wouldn't have gone with like a softer kind of foam. And yeah, so then I decided the first thing I tried was I bought a little, like a gel insert kind of thing, and I kind of cut out a section of the seat, and so that way the gel was kind of like countersunk into the foam. That way it wouldn't stick out too far. That was a dick move. And it was slightly a little more comfortable. I mean, still after, you know, like an hour and a half of riding, it still wasn't that great. My ass was still kind of sore of riding, and I didn't like it. I feel like I had to get something better, and I still didn't want to spend, you know, the $300 or more, however much it was, just to get the comfort seat. And like I said, the way it looked, I just didn't like it one bit. Stay there, asshole. But so what I started to do is I went on Amazon and I found one of those like memory foam like seat cushions that you can use like on like a computer desk chair. And I just cut it up, and I took the gel insert out, and I put it in there, put the memory foam inside my seat, and man, that was like, it made a tremendous difference. And now I can go on long rides and not even sore at all. Like, it's pretty awesome, and I'm glad I decided to go that way. So it made a big of a difference. But I think what I might do, shit. I think what I might do is at some point I might get another one of those memory foam cushions and kind of redo it. Maybe do it a different way on my seat, just make it a little bigger and better. But yeah, it made a tremendous difference. So this is what I did to the seat. I pretty much, obviously took the leather off, and I did this little cutout right here. And so right here is all memory foam, so it's actually pretty damn soft versus like over here where you got the high density foam. But it works. I feel like I might try to make it come out more, because I have this little part cut out for this part, so I might make it bigger. I'm not sure yet, but I'll figure it out. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I pretty much really enjoy this bike. So I mean, it's good for me, city riding. It works for me. So I'm sure I got some other things I'm thinking of to do to this bike, but at the moment I can't really think of them. So, but yeah, so I guess this is where I'm going to end the video. So I don't know if this review helped at all or not, but yeah, I can show you guys the seat too when I get off, to show you what I did to it. It doesn't look the best, but I mean, it works.